the Ice Beer Project. Steel Reserve 211, what you know about that? Introduced in 1998, what you know about that? 8.1% alcohol, what dost thou happen to be knowing about that? Slow brewed for exceptionally smooth flavor. Extra malted barley and select hops for extra gravity. SR Steel Reserve. Now in that little circle they used to say 28 days. But I guess they stopped aging it 28 days and they didn't want to be accused of false advertising. A product of the Steel Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Union made, Miller Brewing Company. Ale, not an ale, a lager. But I bought this in Texas, and in Texas you can't sell beer for that's stronger than 5% alcohol. So in Texas, this is not a beer. I mean, for real, this is an ale. Shows you what the Texas alcohol officials know. Not a lot. We only get the 6% Steel Reserve in Louisiana. This version. And it's so common. Every store sells Steel Reserve. Every store that sells beer has Steel Reserve 6%. Well, not every store. Martin Wine Cellar doesn't have it. Stein's Deli doesn't have it. But any grocery store or gas station that sells beer has 6%. Originally in '98, when this first came out, yes, this is a bottle I bought in 1998. It was 8.1. And here's an 18-ounce bottle of Steel Reserve 6%, which is common here. Then they introduced, in 2003, the Steel 6. Now, Miller, on their website, Miller Coors website, actually shows a can where it says Steel 6. But I've never seen an actual can of Steel 6. Here it's just sold as Steel Reserve 211, and then it says 6.0% instead of the 8.1. If you're on the Louisiana side of the border, the first exit, stop, gas station, Steel Reserve 211, 6%. Go 1.5, 2 miles down the road, cross the bridge, stop at the first gas station in Texas, 8.1. This was developed by Mackenzie River Corporation of San Francisco, California in 1998. Same people that came out with St. Ives Malt Liquor, what you know about that, in 1987. St. Ives was picked up by Pabst, and Steel Reserve was picked up by Miller from Pabst in 1999 with their blockbuster deal. And that was a huge deal, and I don't want to go into all of that, but Miller acquired a lot of Pabst malt liquors, like Mickey's. Okay, anyway, this is brewed according to Miller Brewing Company's very high quality control standards. So, yeah, it gets a 0 on Rate Beer and all these major review websites like Beer Advocate. They hate it. They say it's a horrible beer, worst thing you ever drank, whether it's the 6% or the more common 8.1%. Interestingly, though, it won a bronze medal and 2 gold medals. A bronze, let me look on the website here. I have it up here on the computer. Yeah. 2009 Great American Beer Festival bronze and gold at '08, and 2012 World Beer Cup, just 2 years ago. So it's supposed to be one of the worst beers on the planet, but yet it wins bronze and gold medals, so you know somebody likes it. And it's very popular. It sells all around. Some people will say it's crap beer, or it's horrible and has no validity. In other words, like it should not be examined, it should not be looked at, it should not be considered. Only bums drink it. Not true. Bums do drink it. You know, so what? And lots of awesome people drink it too. Now anyway, here is one thing that you'll find from place to place. I've only seen it like in northwest Georgia and a few other locales. It's the Steel Reserve 211 Triple Export. Okay, it's sort of like, and you'll see this in bottles too, it's sort of portrayed as a separate beer, but I must tell you now, if you look on the Miller Coors website, under their nutritional facts section, this beer is listed with the Steel Reserve 8.1 as the same exact beer. Same specs across the board. Alcohol, protein, calories, everything. Grams of fat. It's the same beer in two different cans, I think. And I think the facts back me up. It doesn't really matter. Okay, I bought it because I thought the can was cool and I wanted it for my collection. Now, I prefer the 6%. It's a little smoother. When Steel Reserve first came out in '98, I thought it was a little rough. It was a little harsh. Yeah, I would still buy it, and yeah, I would still drink it. But I was pleased when the 6% came out. It's a little better for me. This beer certainly has its place in the malt liquor drinking world. It may be a little too strong for you. It's too strong for me. I'm not worthy. I admit it. I can't handle it really. But when I saw it on the shelf in Texas, I said, yeah, I'm buying it for the Malt Liquor Project. What you know about that? All right, so anyway, you know, of course, being silly and everything. But it's pretty cool, and I admire it, and I really can't say anything negative about it. When you're drinking Steel Reserve 211 8.1, you know you're drinking a strong beer, though. So I would be interested to see what you, the viewers, think about Steel Reserve 211, whether it's the 6% or the 8.1 or the triple export black can, whatever. The whole thing is fascinating to me. I just like drinking malt liquor. So anyway, thank you for joining me and watching me do this video production.